There's something unique about every home. They each have their own scent, something that's distinct with each person or location. The scent doesn't need to be good nor bad, just something that's different. As you may guess, I love scent in a home. I like to open the door and be greeted by a fragrance that I'm familiar with. Previously it was Naga Champa, which is incense, and I absolutely love this scent. It's a bit like sandalwood with warm spices in the background, and it doesn't matter where I go in the world, I'll always recognise this scent. It's very grounding and very welcoming to me, but I know it divides an audience quite a lot because some people either love or hate incense. So I felt that whenever I had people around my home, I wanted to have something that was a bit more neutral, and that's the reason why I picked up today's scent, which is Patchouli and Plum. I've actually had this for quite some time. It comes in various varieties of reed diffusers as well as its aromatherapy oil, and I really do love this scent. This reminds me of walking through a garden where you've got the scent of flowers on the wind with that sort of sweet and crisp plum in the background. It's very inviting and almost palpable. Perhaps you could describe it as a taste of nature. It's interesting because I don't think I've ever smelt patchouli before, but if I was to describe it, if I was to take a sniff of the oil and think about what would happen if you took away that plum, then I would describe it almost like honeysuckle, that very sweet floral aroma, but it's got an earthy scent in the background, so it's almost like you scooped the plant out the ground. Some aromatherapy oils are quite different when you smell them in the bottle, but this one, it's very much the same, just a lot more intense, but in a good way. It smells almost like a plum syrup, and you want to drink it, but you probably shouldn't. It's a lot to condense into a small 15ml bottle, but you only need around about 4 drops to have the same sort of scent in the air that another diffuser oil might produce. It's probably one of these things I should mention, that this comes in a variety of different oils. So you can have it as a reed diffuser, which I do have. I've got this spotted all around the home. So if you want to be greeted with a very subtle scent in the background, a reed diffuser is probably what you want. However, if you want an instant, strong hit of scent, which is what I prefer for most oils, then you do want to use something like an ultrasonic diffuser. And again, you'd probably use around about 4 drops of this, or maybe a bit more if you want it even more intense. I was just reading the bottle and I realised that this contains apricot as well, which isn't something I picked up first, and that's probably because it combines so well with that plum and it just makes things smell incredibly fruity and fresh. It's yeah, actually now I think about it, I can smell a little bit of apricot and it's incredibly nice. Perhaps I should just read out the label, and that could build a better image for you, because whoever wrote this is quite eloquent with their words. It reads, "Sweet notes of patchouli are blended with rich fruity tones of apricot and plum to create a unique scent that will fill your home." I was thinking, based on some constructive but very positive comments from my previous videos, if there was a way for me to extend the length of the content. Perhaps if I was to read a passage of text or a book, would that be of any interest to anyone? I was thinking there are various things out there that could be related to the oils that I'm reviewing each week. It would perhaps be a less regular content if I did this, but it's a thought. But either way, I hope you liked this shorter video, and I'll be sure to speak to you later. Goodbye.